Yo, guys, welcome back to the 157 Show. We are rolling here. Week 3 is in the books, and we are we're starting off hot.
Yeah,
Alabama's starting out hot anyway.
Auburn started off hot for the first
3 minutes,
Yeah, it was
something like that.
something like that.
If you're a returning viewer, man, please make sure you guys hit that like button, drop a comment below, let us know what you guys are thinking about those games. Because let's be honest, I mean, Alabama game was pretty boring. It was over with, like we had talked about. It was going to be over at halftime, which it was 28-0.
Yep. Jonathan,
no, it wasn't 28-0. It was 28-0 at the end of the first quarter.
You made it a good analysis. You said it was going to be a good.
I finally did something right.
Game. Yeah,
I finally did something right, so I'm happy about that. Yeah. But if you are new here, please make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. We're trying to grow our base, and we're bringing some things to the table here that hopefully are going to be really interesting. And we've been brainstorming a little bit about stuff, so we're excited about the future for this. So make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, keep up with all that.
And this was an interesting week, so there should be some comments in the comment section below.
Yes,
because it was.
If you're an Auburn fan, you should have a lot to say.
A lot
to say. So basically, I mean, like I said a second ago, Alabama game was over at halftime. I mean, really, it was over at the first quarter, 28-0. But at the half, I mean, we still, just had it under control. There was a couple things that were pretty bad. Bryce threw 2 bad interceptions. So hopefully he can kind of clean that up a little bit. And
now, didn't he have like 6 touchdown passes?
Yeah, it was still a good performance by him. But it's still, I mean, like I said, two interceptions. I mean, did it really kind of cost anything? Not really. But in a more competitive game, you got to kind of be wary of those.
Now, let me ask you this: are these interceptions good plays by the cornerbacks or the DBs?
One of them was a bad throw. One of them was a bad throw.
Okay.
The second one was, I guess you could classify it as a bad throw too, but it was, I guess, catchable in a sense. But
was it hitting them in the hands like in the Texas game?
Nah, the second one, I think, I don't know. I mean,
it can't be worse than a Texas game. Let's be clear.
I'll be honest. I was flipping back and forth, so like I'm seeing highlights.
Yeah, you wanted to see 2 blowouts.
I was trying to see 2 different ones. Yes.
Okay.
But there's like I said, there's some things we clean up a little bit. They Louisiana Monroe, they dominated the time possession, like 36 minutes or something along that. Which I guess in an offense like ours, you score fast and it doesn't really matter.
They had more time of possession and you scored 63 points.
Yes, and it could have very well been a lot worse. Yeah. Me personally, I want to see Nick Saban drop 70 just one time.
So he's never done it.
He's never done it. Every time he gets it, he kneeled the ball 4 straight times and then turned it over to them at like the 5 or something.
That was very kind.
He has a lot of respect for the game. He's not going to do it. But in return, Bowden, he kneeled as soon as they got it, just to go ahead and, he's not going to try and take any shots or nothing, so he nailed in the game for them. It was a good win though as a team, and again, a normal blowout, cupcake weekend. So
for Alabama.
Now, Auburn on the other hand may have had a little bit of struggles, a little bit different time. I don't think they had as much fun.
But the good news is, I'm going to start with the good news.
Let's hear it.
1, Anders Carlson still looked good after his injury, when him coming back in, this season, he's still steady.
Bright spot.
1, 2. Owen Papo laid Clifford out.
He laid the lick.
Clifford, pressure coming. He's going to run away from it and get the first. Oh, maybe he did.
Keep your eyes up when you're running, because that is closing fast. I think that is a clean hit.
Yeah, it was a solid hit, man. I knew when he hit him like that, I said, all right, that's the pivotal play. This is it. This is Auburn football. We're lining up. We're playing ball today.
Yep.
That's it. Then we stuffed him on the 4th down. I said, yes, sir. And that was the end of my evening with Auburn football. That is all the good news I have to say about that game, truthfully.
I mean,
field goals and that one hit.
Yeah, the offense for Auburn looked lackluster.
Oh, no.
For lack of a better word.
Lackluster is just my go-to word at this point. It looked downright pitiful.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Pitiful. 1, I said I didn't want to see the rotating quarterbacks, but you have to. I did see that Finley was kind of nursing his right shoulder towards the end of the half, and he got replaced with Robbie Ashford towards early in the second half, I think after 1 possession.
Now, from someone looking on the outside, Robbie Ashford to me looked more athletic and gives another dynamic to the offensive scrambling ability and stuff like that. You don't really have that with Finley.
He's got the other dynamic to scramble the ball every single play.
And some of the throws did look good though.
Like a lot of it was just making plays with his legs.
Yeah.
Now, let me be clear. That goes into the bad news here.
Let's hear it.
I didn't want to see the rotating quarterback thing, but that's to be expected when you have two quarterbacks that are both struggling. However, I did not expect the offensive line to do terrible. I sat here last week and I talked about the secondary being weak, and we needed the defensive line to either create pass rush to force throws or to plug up gaps to make them pass the ball.
Right.
Neither of those happened. So defense all around did not do well. So we had poor secondary, poor defensive line play because they ran all over us. Nick Singleton, dude, looks like Barkley all over again.
Yeah, he looked very patient and waiting for the holes to open up, and he was gone.
And he was gone. Well, there was no holes to open up. I mean, he just found them and went with it.
Say, they were there.
They weren't stopping. They weren't plugging any gaps. It was crazy. Man, I'm getting there.
You're rolling, huh?
I'm getting
I like
there.
it. I like it.
On the offensive side of the ball, wide receivers, I said they have to step up, and quarterbacks have got to step up.
Right.
Neither of those happen.
Yeah.
You got your star running back, Tank Bigsby, 9 carries.
Yeah.
9.
I think a lot of that has to do with like they turned the ball over 6 times or something like that.
4.
Okay. So I knew it was a lot. I knew it was a good bit.
2 interceptions. No, maybe 3 interceptions, 1 fumble, or 2 interceptions, 2 fumbles. I can't remember. Each quarterback tossed one. I know Finley fumbled once. I think that it may have been 2-1-1 and a turnover on downs. Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was
bad. It was a bad showing just in general.
It was all around a bad showing for Auburn football. It was undisciplined. We'll even go into that. Like you're down 20 points and you're jawing with other players after the play ends.
Yeah.
Why?
Gotta hold your composure, guys.
Yeah. I don't even know what to say. Like, it was just all around a bad game. The only positive note, and I've said this 3 times at this point, was special teams, in my opinion.
Right. I mean, kicked
4 field goals.
I was going to say. Yeah.
So, that goes to my next point then. Penn State, the first 4 times they made it to the red zone, they scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
You know how many times Auburn made it to the red zone? 4. Guess how many touchdowns they scored? 0.
Bringing back the
Gus Malzahn days. That's exactly. That was actually in my notes. I don't have my notes in front of me, but that
bringing back the Gus Malzahn days.
It felt like a Gus Malzahn day,
and I know you're a supporter of Harsin. You were on the support train for Harsin.
I am. Although
it probably hurts.
It's hurting right now. I'm not saying it's time to go, but we've got to make some serious adjustments. This right here, I talked about at the end of the video last week, everyone. I said this is a pivotal game. It's a crucial game for this season. You can either run through Penn State and start 5-0, possibly 5-0 after Missouri and LSU, going into Georgia with some momentum, which you're not going to win that one. Just Georgia looks like another
juggernaut.
Yeah, that's a repeat of last year.
Yep.
Or you can falter and have issues. And at this point, I think you faltered. Well, I know it. I know you faltered. But how do you recover from this?
Yeah.
And move forward?
It's going to be a long road.
I mean, is it time to have Calzada come in? Because your 2 quarterbacks aren't doing it. And
I think he at least deserves a shot.
And I think Harsin mentioned that. And people are calling for TJ Finley's job as well as a starting quarterback. But why? The offensive line wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
Like, no one could survive that this weekend.
To be fair, and this is just an Alabama fan looking from the outside looking in and knowing how much of a problem Gus was when it comes to some of the recruiting and people that were coming in. I don't think he got a lot of phenomenal linemen to join into the program.
He never, as far as I'm aware, I don't think he ever actually had a fresh out of high school starting offensive lineman come into this program.
Right.
Under Gus Malzahn.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I think a lot of it, what I'm trying to say is the cupboard was very dry, empty for Harsin to just come in
and then at the beginning of the year, you lost your starting center, your 6-year starting senior.
Just up and quit.
Yeah, some injuries last year. He wants to be a pilot.
I didn't know that.
He wants to be a commercial pilot.
Really?
Yeah, I was reading that today.
Interesting.
Anyway, that was deep dive.
I mean, that's good reason to.
Hey, yeah, some more money than what you're making up there.
I don't know. You know how he deals nowadays.
He's a center, man.
Yeah, well, true.
So 6-year center at that. I don't know. I really don't know where to go from here. So, like you're saying, the cupboard was empty when Harsin walked into this program, and I agree with that. However, you have got to make some changes. Something's got to give.
Offensive wise, you have got to be more creative. I don't think.
Perfect. I don't have my notes, so thank you for triggering that. I figured out the identity of this offense.
Oh.
Are we ready?
I know what this is.
Bad.
Yeah.
Bad.
INTs.
Yeah.
Turnovers in general, I guess. But
Well, turnovers.
Costly turnovers, not just
Costly
regular turnovers.
for Auburn's offense. Because, by the way, they did not get a turnover this weekend. That's 3 straight games with 0 turnovers. You're -8 on the turnover margin,
Yeah.
the turnover battle. And it's not even a turnover battle. It's a turnover surrender.
The fact that, they're doing this, just even against, like last week, San Jose State, and the week before that, who was
Mercer.
Like turnovers like against those teams, typically they don't hurt you too bad. But as you move into better competition and more, I say elite competition, you can't turn the ball over all the time on every drive. You got to come away with points consistently, whether it be field goals or touchdowns, consistently.
Oh, you've got to just do something.
But I don't see, like just watching them, I don't see any sort of creativity, any sort of pep in their step, I guess. I mean, it's kind of a let's go through the motions type deal, and nobody's wanting to step up and take over, like on the offensive side.
Well, that's what I was saying last week. The wide receivers have got to step up, and you need somebody to take that step in the quarterback room.
Yeah,
and we've not had that yet.
Right. And again, I think Calzada definitely needs at least an opportunity. I mean, he beat Alabama last year. He looked kind of pitiful and everything else, but at least give him the opportunity.
It's a flash in the pan. Go for it.
What else is working?
Like I said, it may be the injury that's holding him up. I don't know.
It could be.
But you cannot win games with what you're doing right now. Yep. And everything I said that would keep Auburn in this game last weekend is what Penn State did perfectly.
Right.
They established the run game, and they just dominated through and through. They had excellent pass rush, which forced our quarterbacks to scramble the entire time and make bad throws. They had turnovers, and they controlled the game on both sides of the ball for the entirety of the game.
Multiple times that I watched when I was watching, it didn't make any sense to me why Finley would scramble outside the pocket, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he would take the sack. And you're losing, I mean, he's already in the shotgun, and you're scrambling backwards 3-4 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, you're consistently playing behind the sticks as it is. And, he's hurting the team, I feel like, more than helping.
By trying to extend
the plays, yes.
Yeah. It was just bad, man. that's really all I got to say. I mean, I fire through it because...
Yeah, I mean, like I've been saying, everything I've been saying is just from an outside perspective of watching. But I do want. There hasn't been one guy that has stepped up and said, "Okay, I will remember his name." Because again, I still do not know any wide receivers on Auburn. Like just off the top of my head, I can't think of a single name off the top of my head. As an outside fan watching,
the number one receiver only has 13 receptions. I'm pretty confident it's Cedric Jackson and maybe Javarius Johnson. It's one of the two. It may be Johnson.
But I mean, again.
But that's it.
A better competition is going to be even worse.
And you're getting into that this week with Missouri. Yes. I'm not saying better competition, but you're getting into the meat of the beginning of that SEC
It's going to just progressively get worse.
Oh, yeah. November's a little bit easier besides Alabama, but, man, from here to October,
Georgia's still, I mean, they lost a lot on defense, but they still are Georgia defensively this year. Yeah. Now, just completely random talking about them. Did you know that they had 0 sacks on Bo Nix in that Oregon game? As bad as that score was, they did not record a sack.
Yeah.
So just Auburn tidbit / Oregon tidbit, I guess. Yeah. But I mean, it's again, it's going to get worse, and they're going to have to do something to step it up.
Something's got to change. Now, I don't want to get into job security and things of that, but I do want we can have those conversations, but I don't want to do it here.
Yeah.
But yeah, something's got to change. Otherwise, this Harsin tenure will be short.
Right. And they're already after him anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not helping him.
He's literally playing from behind the six, just like his offense.
Yes.
So
they can't.
These offensive, Eric Keesaw, however you say his name, he's got to step it up on the offensive side of the ball. Jeff Schmedding on the defensive side of the ball, they've got to step it up. Something's got to give, folks. I'm not sure what it's going to be, but this is pitiful. It's not Auburn football. I don't like it. I don't subscribe to this. I subscribe to the 157 show though, and
it's just not interesting to watch. It was interesting to watch from my perspective of Penn State versus Big Ten versus SEC.
Well, yeah,
cool, that's what I wanted to see. But just as I can't wait to see the offense get back on the field and see what they can do. It's not there for me.
No, it's not. Defense wasn't either. Like I said, it was just all around a piss poor performance. There's no other way to put it. I'm disappointed in the team, and I don't know what we're going to do.
And there's still time to fix it, though.
There's still time.
It's a long shot, but it's still time to fix it.
There's still a lot of football left to play, and I'm not saying the season's over by any stretch of the imagination. However, it starts this week This is week 0 in their minds. You got to come out there and play ball.
Yep.
You've got to win this game, grow your team, get better, and move forward.
Right.
Week in and week out. That's all you can do.
Yep. That's exactly what needs to be done.
Yeah. That's it for me.
I mean, this has been, for coverage of this week, it's there's not much more you can say than what we've said about it because, I mean, it just,
yeah,
it's rough.
Like I said,
it's rough.
I've went on a tangent now. I'm good. I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah.
On that note, guys, thank y'all for tuning in, man. Appreciate you guys for watching, and make sure you guys hit that subscribe button as always. Tell your friends, your family, all them. You know the deal for a normal YouTube video.
And there's a lot of talking points for this.
Yes,
this
Auburn
week.
fans, let us know what you guys are thinking, man.
Let us know what you think down below.
I know
it's rough. This was rough.
I know Brian Harrison is a big talking subject among a lot of people right now in the college football world. So
yeah,
let us know what you guys are thinking about that because. I mean, it's. Do you like him? Do you want him to stay? Are you think it's time to move forward? Let us know. Let us know. I'm interested.
And keep your eye on the channel because we will be dropping more than likely a Harsin kind of update video.
Yeah, we want to do some sort of update coming in soon.
There's definitely some interesting news around him.
Yeah, be on the lookout for all that coming soon, guys. So appreciate y'all for tuning in. Roll Tide.
War Eagle.